So today we're talking about Lilith in ancient Jewish mythology. But today specifically, since there are a few different versions, we're talking about the version in the alphabet of Ben Sira. And this is a Hebrew and Aramaic composition conceived around like the 8th to 10th centuries CE. So Lilith was essentially written into the original creation story of Adam and Eve. The original story goes that Eve was created from the rib of Adam, but first there was Lilith, who was created from earth, a lot like Adam. Some speculate that she was made from filth and like a dirty part of earth, and thus kind of leading to her future succubus personality, but it's kind of speculation. So before God removed Adam's rib to make Eve, when he made originally Lilith and Adam, they didn't really agree. They both argued who would be on top and on bottom during intercourse, like who would be dominant and submissive. And her argument was that we're both made of earth, we should be treated the same. And Adam really didn't like that, so Lilith got upset and she took off out of the Garden of Eden. And there were three angels sent to go find her, and God said, give her this ultimatum. Doesn't return to the Garden of Eden, she's doomed that 100 of her children shall die a day. Some speculate that this is kind of her obsession. Later, this will come up later in the video, of her taking her revenge on the sons and daughters of Adam and Eve. So the three angels that were sent were the angels of healing, and their names were Senoi, Sansenoi, and Semengelof. These were the three angels of healing, and they chased her down and threatened to drown her after finding her in the ocean. I saw some versions that said that she was birthing a lot of demons at the time, and they threatened to drown her. And then they told her God's ultimatum, that if she didn't return to the garden, that 100 of her children shall die a day. And being the strong, independent woman she is, she would rather do her own thing. So she said no, and she agreed to the curse, essentially, of 100 of her children dying a day. And she tells the angels that if a son or daughter of Adam and Eve are to bear an amulet of one of the three of them, or scriptures from one of the three healing angels, that she shall know to avoid this individual. Thus, part of that ritual that comes along with warding off Lilith. So this is mostly where the ritual part of it comes into play, where they either wear amulets or they have created bowls with usually scriptures around the inside spiraling inward, with an image in the middle, which I'll show you here in a second, of the demon in the middle. And it's specifically designed for the purchaser of that bowl and whatever ailment they seem to be having, or whatever fear they have of Lilith or an issue that is going to come up. Specifically design that bowl for the individual. It's usually handcrafted. This is one of the bowls created with the inscription spiraling around inward towards the image in the center. This is one of the amulets with the healing angels on it to ward off Lilith. And another part that goes along with the mysticism and ritual part of it is her obsession with children, and coming upon the amulet with one of the angels on it is for her to avoid dealing or taking that child, but also used and worn by pregnant women to help ward off Lilith from any sort of issue that might come along with the pregnancy. Back in the day, they didn't necessarily understand medical science like we do today, and there's a lot of things that they attempted to explain. Like even today, we don't really know or have an explanation of why sudden infant death syndrome occurs. But this was one of the things that they would try to prevent. Even after the child was born, in the room that the child would sleep in, they would hang the amulet in the corners of the room to protect the child either from unexplained death or being taken by Lilith. There are other superstitions connected to this, like not sleeping at home alone for fear of being taken advantage of by Lilith, incantations during couples copulation for protecting the baby, and also the bowls that are specifically designed for your particular need at that moment. Besides the ritualistic side of it, in conclusion, I think Lilith was just wanting to be her own woman and punished for having her own mind, and is just used for a scapegoat for uncontrolled sexual desires. Lilith made me do it.